Hi, it's 3 p.m. on Thursday, 4th of July. So first of all, happy Independence Day to all my American friends out there. Although by the time you read this, American Independence Day will have passed, but there we go. Anyway, so I'm not sure how we get to where we are today, but in front of me outside the koi house, we have the third parent set up. I'm really not sure how we came to that point, because a little while ago I was umming and ahhing about doing a second spawning, following the semi-successful second spawning, the results of which are in the round net behind me, which was just last week. Made a decision that we'd give the original female, the larger Marasaka female, another go. Benefits of doing that. By now I was sure that she'd have been spawned in the main pond where she's been since for several weeks now, but they've shown no sign of spawning in there. None of the females in there have spawned, none of the koi in there have shown any sign of spawning, so therefore she stays viable as a proposition. I'd rather spawn her in the controlled environment of the paddling pool, which was the same as with the fish that we did last week, to be honest. Rather have spawned her in the controlled environment, the swimming pool, the paddling pool, than her being moored in the main pond outside. So there you go, she's in there now, along with the super stud little Marasaka male. Again, we're down to the one male, one female, the original set. I went through the other fish this morning when I put them this afternoon when I put them together about lunchtime. I went through the other fish, the Ofuchi fish, 100% sure that's female. Little fish that I got from Poland, 100% sure that's female as well. So we got plenty of females around. You're going to need to boost the males over the course of the autumn, I think, or early in the season next year, before spawning starts. So been in here since around midday. The males letting the female know she's there. She's been a bit aloof, as she always seems to have been. Some changes that I've done in the spawning net from the last spawning last week, which if you've seen the previous videos, I felt we had far too many, too much fungus, eggs that went bad. First off, as you can probably see from the paddling pool through the net, absolutely thoroughly cleaned it this time. Last time there was some algae on the sides still. This time it's been completely cleaned out, to hopefully minimise the risk of anything being on there that may affect the eggs at a future date. Also, the net now is suspended slightly off the floor, so eggs that land on the net can't then or won't then touch the base of the pond, so that deals with the issue of water flowing over them constantly whilst they're incubating, waiting to hatch. So hopefully that may resolve the issue we have with fungus. Obviously we're going to need to get some eggs before we'll ever find out whether that's the case. Yeah, temperature is currently around 25 degrees. 24, 25 degrees. Cool slightly this evening, then it's due to be warm again tomorrow, before cooling down slightly the weekend with some rain forecast at the weekend. So I think the intention really is just to give these no more than 2 nights. Saying that, if they've not spawned, I'm sure I'm likely to give it 3. Certainly not anticipating anything like the speed of the spawning of the previous parent set, which we put together this time in the afternoon and spawned first thing in the morning. But it would be nice if these did. Inside, absolutely delighted how these, the fry from the first spawning, are coming along since the selection last Friday. Colour development on some of these fish in that week period, 6-day period, absolutely fascinating to see. If you follow me on Facebook, the last couple of mornings I've randomly netted out a couple of fry and posted them. Really great to see, as you can see in this shot now. Clear colour development, the yellow coming through really strong and bright on some of them. On others, a darker shade of colour, and the black patterns developing as well. Also at the same time, their scalation developing. So really excited by these. The other fry in here, likewise, also seems to be doing really well. To the eye, becoming ever more visible, though probably not possible to see very easily on the video. Really need to catch the light just right to see them most visibly in the net here. But they're doing well, really happy with those. So, fingers crossed, something in the next 24-48 hours happens with the parents outside, and we'll bring an update on that as soon as we can. It's about 7 PM. I was going to start this video with a comment about how this female doesn't exactly inspire confidence after 3 nights of inactivity at the beginning of this spawning project, which is now 6 weeks ago. Exactly 6 weeks ago today was the day where she was retired and replaced with the Harawake, which you've seen in previous videos. Anyway, just as I was getting the video camera ready to start recording that, she went around and started mouthing at the spawning ropes. It's kind of probably the first sign that I've seen that she has any spawningness in her, shall I say. See, she's just mouthing again now. So the sun's just going down and the males join her in shot there. So the fact they're in the same vicinity together is always a good sign, and a promising sign. You see she's really mouthing the ropes there. I've got a spray of water going in at the moment. Very fine spray just coming onto the surface. Really have no expectation. I say after those 3 nights of nothing, it would be very stupid of me to be stood here thinking, yeah, she's going to spawn tonight or tomorrow morning or anytime soon. But that's where we're at the moment, and the fact that she's getting involved with the spawning ropes and he's in the area where she is just as the sun's dropping down and the pool's dropped into shade, gives me some hope of maybe it's not going to be a completely wasted effort. Okay, it's 3 AM. Just came down to give the babies their during the night food. That was every night. I do that for the first week, 10 days. Come down to give them a pinch of food during the middle of the night. And the news outside is nothing. No sign of any action outside whatsoever. I'll take the camera outside now. See if we can get anything on the night view. Show you what is or what's not happening, I should say. Well, despite being incredibly bright to the naked eye outside because of the street lamp that's outside, You can't really see anything on the night shot, but they're both nestled somewhere underneath the spawning ropes and just meandering around the pool, not showing any sign of interest in each other whatsoever. So who knows what's going to happen with this pair. But the first night showing no signs of any activity happening. It's 7 AM and not a single sign of anything really happening in the net whatsoever. Barely giving each other a second glance. Clearly this is not a match made in heaven, it would seem, at the moment. But the plan was to give them 2, maybe 3 nights. It's rain forecast on Saturday, a chance of rain. But certainly by Sunday morning, if they haven't spawned, then this will be scrapped. May well be that I move out the fry from the spawning last week into this net outside, or the pond outside. That's as close as I've seen these 2 fish come since I've been here at 6 o'clock this morning. At least he knows she's in there, because I was starting to have my doubts. But they'll just be left alone during the day now. Highly unlikely anything's going to happen during the daytime, but there are occasions when I've known spawning suddenly spontaneously take place during the day. We can just live in hope that something's going to happen at some point in time to encourage this female to get rid of her eggs. It's one of my main concerns, to be honest, is that she obviously has eggs. We've tried to spawn and she won't get rid of them, and it's how long she's going to carry them without causing her a problem. So say we'll give her 3 days in here in this net, and hopefully something along the line will set off their spawning activity. So just quickly to round off this video, just a small group of the fry which were hatched 1 week ago from the spawning which took place on Tuesday the 25th of June. Seems to be growing well. So pleased with these, as I say. It may well be that if the spawning doesn't take place outside, that these fry may go and occupy the paddling pool. You can see there's some black ones, some white ones. At one point in time I spoke of doing Kuroko selection, which is only keeping the black ones, which is what Aoki-san would do at Aokiya Koi Farm in Japan. But we decided not to do that given the fact we didn't think there were going to be many of them. But could still do it now, but I hate doing Kuroko selection because it's so boring. So we'll just raise all of these for the time being and see what comes of them. Anyway, pop these back in the floating net for now. But pleased with how they're coming on.